second weekend of deer camp, and I'm back up here. That's Chris. Chris shot a black bear last weekend while we were on the chase for a pretty nice buck. Today we're headed back into that same drainage, but we're taking a little bit of a different approach. Chong's also here, but this morning for first light I sent him to a different clearing. That way we just cover more ground and have our bases covered. That way we don't miss out on any open hillside for the morning. And then once we work this face, we'll work to the backside and we'll go meet up over there. It's about an hour 30 before sunrise, so we're making our way up there pretty early because there's this knob that we want to glass into at first light to see if we can catch any bucks feeding around in the morning. So weather's awesome. It snowed last night or yesterday, and then this morning it's somewhat drizzly. Looks like it's a mix of snow and rain, kind of. Overcast, temperatures are cold. Feels like good deer killing weather. We're gonna work our way up there and see if we can't kill Chris a mule deer. We haven't spotted any deer yet, but one thing when you're hunting pressured public land is you can use that to your advantage. Once hunters start shooting and hunters start bumping deer around, if you just post up, you can oftentimes catch those deer running to cover. So we just have a good vantage from here. We're just gonna see if any deer come running through or just come walking through. Granted, where we're coming up today, I don't think there's going to be as many people over here because it's kind of secluded. But you still don't know. There could just be a buck up here chilling by himself. So we have this big open face because you just want a good vantage. But oftentimes, something like this where it's a lot more timbered, that's where the bucks or that's where deer that get pushed will use as a travel corridor because it's thick and they're covered and they're protected. So we're going to post up here. Hopefully the fog doesn't roll down. And just see if we can't pick out some deer. A legal buck. one fawn and one little spike bug. As far as we can see, the fog is rolling in and out, which I hope it eventually rolls out. But that's the first group of deer that we've seen. We're just being patient, seeing if a bigger bug walks out.
That one's the doe right there.
Yeah, that's a doe. That's a big doe. The spike walked over. Those deer are on the ridge that intercedes with our route, so we'll have to figure out a way to not spook them. But we're just gonna stay tight really quick just to see if a bigger buck is lagging behind, because we still see one doe and she's the last one that we see. She's just feeding me on this tree. Watch those does feed up and over that little ridge. So we're gonna side hill on top of them, but we're gonna stay up really high as we can. That way we can look down on them and we don't step on them and spook them. And then once we turn behind that ridge, we can glass all those little finger ridges on the backside of this big mountain. The fog is lifting, which is good. Visibility is very, very good. Top of that herd we spotted, but now we can see all that stuff. We're just gonna slowly creep over. As long as this herd doesn't bust out, that's fine. We just wanted to get past them. Sat there just eating, waiting for this fog to lift. It just lifted and Chris just spotted a buck right below us. It might just be a 2-point, but didn't get a good look at it, so we're gonna try to sneak down there. We left our packs up here. Just gonna try to sneak down and get a better look. I just saw 3 does running up. We kicked a rock rolled down. It spooked them. They're running out. It should be open up here. Right there. Stay. That was a buck. There's one over there. Chris. Across. You're behind the tree. That's the buck. Right here. Not running. Just keep your breath. I don't know if he's the one in front.
Yeah, I see him.
I don't know if he's a...
Looks like a 2.
He looks like a 2. Yeah, he's a 2. I don't know if he has eye guards.
Yeah.
Dang, I think that was the same group this morning.
Yeah. Sure.
Good run.
Yeah.
He's up top here.
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah.
don't think he's legal. He's looking right back at us. Does he have eye guards? I can't tell. I don't know if he has eye guards. There's more. Okay, jumping. It might follow them. Just stay put. That bug's coming back. They have no idea what we are. That's probably like 300. Do you hear these ones over here? No. There's other guys going over. We'll just wait for them to come up. Yeah. You see this rock? Crawl down there and use that as your rest. Just take your time. The spike's still up there. The spike's still up there. We bombed our way down here. And after that rock slipped and those three does started jumping, the horror just kind of ran over here, so we just bombed our way over here. And we had the bucks right up here, I think, or it could have been different. There was a doe right here. She couldn't make up her mind where to go. And so finally they ran through the valley and popped down the other hillside. It was for sure a fork. We don't know if he had a third point. And so we just couldn't identify it, so he just eventually crested over. And there was like 3 does with them in the spike. But I think there was still more deer over here because when we were looking at that herd, we heard deer jumping to our right. So I just told Chris to stay still. They might funnel back out over there. Just, no confirmed 3 points. So we just, we're not shooting. We didn't have time to pack our packs, so we left our packs up there and we bombed down here. No good, so now we're gonna make our way back up to our packs. I just grabbed the camera, told Chris to grab his gun because we were eating, so we had like a yard sale going on. Just made it back to our packs and we looked back down on this finger ridge and there's a hunter down there. He's on the same ridge where we saw a herd of deer crest over, but the deer were like halfway up the ridge. He's like way down on the bottom, so I don't know if he even saw him because when we saw them it was also very foggy. I just replayed the footage and I just showed Chris on a screenshot. That 2 point might have had the smallest eye guard on his left side, which eye guards count as points here. So my gut feeling would be that he is technically considered a legal 3 point, but I don't know. We didn't get a good enough look and the camera isn't convincing enough. So right now we're gonna post up. Since there's a hunter down here, there's a lot of hunters over here just talking. So we're probably gonna slowly pack up here and just go loop around to the top side, drop to the back side of the timber and just still hunt. Because right now all the deer are just hunkered down. I think we caught this herd just moving to go bed, but we bumped them out. Rock climbing 101. It's noon. It's slow. So Chris and I hopped to the backside and we were gonna go timber hunt, but we can't get off this cliff because it's too steep. So instead of going down, we're just on a bench of this cliff
and we're starting a fire because our shoes are leaking. I think our socks are wet, and we're just gonna take it easy, just kind of glass these small pockets of openings right below us that's surrounded by timber, and see if we can catch any deer moving throughout the day. If not, then later tonight for the evening when the deer get back up, we'll hop back over to that drainage where we saw that 3-point earlier today, and we'll see if he comes back out. Because one of my cousins is on this knob over here, and he's been looking at this side, which if the deer crested over to this side, he should have been able to see that herd, but he never saw any deer come over. So I have a feeling those deer are still hidden in a pocket on the backside somewhere. On later season hunts where it's cold and you're day hunting, I always bring the Jeb oil, cook myself something warm. Today we just got some noodle ramen. It's different. Got the fire going next to me, warm, eat this, and then I'm gonna dry out my sock. So right now we're really in the lull of the day. Granted, anything can happen, anything can walk by. Not expecting too much, so we're gonna chillax and then get back to serious hunting mode in a few hours.
Well, Wachong came to join us. He did not follow the game plan, so we rerouted to this spot, and he joined us. And I just threw my binos up down on this little clearing below us, and I just spotted a bedded doe. I don't know if that doe has been bedded there for the past 2 hours that we've been here, or if she just came out and bedded there, but there's deer around. If there's a doe there, I'm assuming there's other deer bedded around her, but just bedded right in the open on top of a little rock. That's a good sign. Hopefully later on something with antlers with 3 points minimum shows up. It's about 2 o'clock, so it's as dead as it can be right now. Deer are often bedded like this doe. All right, Chris just put the mini razor, and accidentally glassed down into this small patch right below us, like 550 yards. And he just spotted a bedded deer, it looks like a bedded doe, and we have no idea where it is through the binos. So we're gonna try to see, but these deer are bedded all around us. We just need to tone down a little bit and keep our eyes peeled. The deer spotting has kept going up. Chris just spotted 2 more bedded deer. Looks like 2 does, 2 fawns, and these are closer to the doe I originally spotted, maybe about 100 yards to the top right of that bedded doe. The first doe that Chris spotted was right below us down here. But there's deer all around us, and they're in the timber, or at least in thicker cover rather than the open stuff like this. So once these deer all start getting up, like, they should be even easier to spot, and from there, who knows? It's kind of, this is a vantage point. I think our closest shot is like a 550 yard shot, which is not even a shot. So we're really just glassing. Three o'clock, we're leaving our vantage. The does actually just started to get up, and even though I'm sure there's more deer with them, potentially legal bucks, we're not in a position to shoot anyway, so seeing a legal buck but not being able to shoot it's kind of pointless. So we're gonna work our way back to the backside. That's the wrap for myself and the 2 boys. Nothing for us, but my cousin shot one like right around 4 o'clock p.m. like right around that time when a lot of deer were getting up. Seems like it's a pretty nice one, or sounds like it's a pretty nice one. So we got some guys going over there to go and help them break it down and bring it back to camp. For us, we're just gonna head straight to camp and go relax, go and figure out a game plan for tomorrow. Day number 2, and we are headed up to a slightly different area, trying our luck somewhere else. And because we're hunting a new area, we're going in right as the daylight is starting to break, because it's pointless to walk in the dark when you don't even know what you're walking past. So it's kind of a last minute do or die situation. Do or eat tag soup situation. Hunting's not that deep. You don't die. Okay, where's he at? That's right. Nice shed. You see that rock? She's like kind of in the rocks. Oh, yes. We just spotted 2 deer out in this little rocky face up here. Looks like a doe and a fawn. We're still hunting through some timber, but to our left side there's like these little gaps through the trees that we can glass open hillsides. That's all we've been doing. Glassing far when we can, and then just paying attention up close and personal. Our wind's blowing down, so it's good. She might be behind the tree for you. Oh, yes. It's here now. No. She's literally where we left her. She's literally where we left her. Oh, is she? Yeah. Made it back to the truck. Quick little 5-hour hunt this morning. Almost 7 miles. No deer.